We'd like to welcome everyone to another episode of the Gangster Chronicles podcast, and I am Big Steele.
Jill.
And we have a special guest again this week, Soren Baker.
Thanks for having me, y'all. Appreciate it.
For sure, a hip-hop journalist extraordinaire. So before we continue on this list, fellas, we got my boy Eiht back this week. We'll give him a round of applause. I missed you, dog.
What's cracking?
So I was missing you last week, but you know, we've been having this discussion about the top 50 albums in gangster rap. Pretty interesting. You know, we've definitely went back 3 and 4 times, changed stuff around. Surprisingly, a lot of things that we picked, we all mutually agreed upon.
Yeah, that was a good thing.
You know, a lot of this stuff shows we got pretty good taste, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to go back to the beginning when I first started to listening to hip hop, and there's a lot of records that came out that might not necessarily been whole albums and shit, but to me were pretty significant, you know, if you want to, on our opinion of what hip hop 50 or gangster rap, reality rap, whatever. It's a lot of songs that I listen to as a gangster in the hood with a gang of gangster niggas that probably wasn't considered gangster rap. But to us, it was our gangster music. You feel me?
Like something like Buffalo Gals.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go
That was
around the
gangster
outside.
to the. I'm kind of motherfucking.
Or Tom Club.
Yeah, man, I'm at a pause right now because I got songs on my list like it wasn't gangster, but to us gangsters, that was gangster music to us.
That's a very interesting thing.
It's gonna
very
be
interesting
interesting today. You feel me?
Yeah, because when you think about it, most G's don't really listen to a lot of rap music.
I mean, because you got to listen. I mean, to say the top 50 gangster rap records, it's like, man,
It's a hard
hit
game.
me
It's
like
a hard-
because there was a lot of shit that I considered gangster music. Not necessarily like niggas was like, I'm a hood nigga. But to me, when I was fucking 15 riding around in the back seat with the homies, it's what the nigga was bumping. Right. It had shit to do with no fucking gangster rap. You feel me? But to us, nigga, that made us throw signs out the window and, you know what I'm saying, ready to scratch, you know. And today a nigga be like, nigga, what the fuck was y'all listening to? To us, nigga, that shit was hard. You feel me?
Well, to your point, I remember the super crazy gangster dudes that I knew that from growing up in Maryland, Houdini.
Man,
And,
come on.
And as I got to know people like you and others
That's
over
on my
the years,
it's on my
Houdini.
list, but it's further up.
Yeah, but they're not gangster
Houdini,
rappers.
yeah, but to us,
That shit was
them
hard.
niggas was 5 minutes of funk and
Yeah.
One Love and nigga
Freaks Come Out
funky
at
beat,
Night.
nigga, please, man. That to us, nigga, that was hood music.
Right.
You feel me? So
That's hood music.
definitely.
But that's, you know what, that brings us to the first part of the debate, because one of the things we've been having, like, not no arguments over, but discussions over, you know, really just, and we all make pretty compelling arguments, I think, but what should be considered, I don't like the term gangster rap because that's not, it's reality rap.
Righteous.
street reporting.
Yeah,
I feel like when you trying to put it on that aspect, to me, it's anything that is affiliated to neighborhood music. You get me? And shit that's just any situation where a nigga might be trying to relate to a situation of gangsterism or some shit like that. So that's how I look at a reality rap. Because I don't like to say gangster rap either, because to me it's a difference between niggas who spit reality and there's some niggas who just straight up, nigga, I'm from here, I'm from there, this is my color, I'm a Crip, I'm a Blood, and that's what it's about. You know, perfect example, fucking Bangin on Wax. That was gangster rap.
That's
You
about as
get me?
gangster as it gets.
That's gangster rap. You get me, nigga? I'm from this neighborhood. This my color of my bandana. We blast on the enemy. Blah blah. That's gangster rap to me.
And it spurred a whole genre of music. There are still people out there that are like, you got blood rappers, like Mitchy Slick kind of crossed over from all that.
Righteous.
You know, like Mitchy, you know, shout out to the homie Mitchy Slick. Mitchy Slick is one of those guys in San Diego that kind of crossed over from that music, you know, doing a real neighborhood. Like he had this one song that was pretty big on the underground, I Won't Stop Being a Blood, you know.
Oh, definitely.
He had that record, but then you had Big June out of San Diego, the one dude, you know, Big June been around a long time putting in work. I don't know that many of the brothers from the Crip Car, but you got brothers from out here that like really on some gang banging music. They really, they make
definitely.
Crip music or they make blood music.
Definitely. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's what it is. To me, what I define as reality rap, I don't care if you're talking about slinging, moving work, if you're talking about pimping, if you're talking about doing anything against society that's outside the parameters of the law, to me, that's gangster shit.
Yeah.
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 That would be considered, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what a lot of dudes consider themselves on the gangster tip. You know, if it has any references to the underworld, you feel me? Then it's some gangster shit.
You know, and that's what I told Soren. We was talking about a particular artist. I said, bruh, this motherfucker sell about 15 bricks every album. He shoot about 5 or 6 million.
150.
You know, 150 bricks. This motherfucker, he break at least a couple people out of jail. You know, he's a gangster rapper.
My nigga's a motherfucking commando rapper. That's what that nigga
Hell yeah, he's a gangster rapper.
He flying in with helicopters
He's
and
got
shit.
his own charter jets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, you know, and that's the thing, man, you know, when you writing raps, you writing about the realities of the hood, but you trying to make that shit fly as a motherfucker. You know, when you say it, you know, you might not want to say, like, what's the young boy I like, T Grizzly? He said, what was our getaway guard, Jag Portfolio? Them motherfuckers probably was in a pen or some shit.
Yeah.
But he had to make it sound sexy, like we skirted off of the Jag, you know what I mean?
Right, definitely, yeah. It's always exaggeration in hip hop, but you know, it all depends on where you're trying to come from. So, I guess with dealing with reality rap or gangster rap or just street reference shit, period. You know what I'm saying? It's a different aspect. You know, you try to keep it to where it's not too braggadocious. You feel me?
Well, to your point, Eiht, this is something that I learned from Ice-T. He had told me many times over the years that it's faction.
Exactly.
It's facts intermingled with some fiction. It might not have happened on this day, or it might have been in a different car or whatever, but I got to make the story better. So it's like, it's faction. It's both.
Yeah, it is. So I guess before we continue, I'll break down what we all came up with last week.
All right.
You know, we factored in each other's lists and a lot of songs. We had more than one album, surprisingly, that we all, you know, mutually agreed upon. We have at number 41, Project Pat, Getty Green. 42, Schoolie D, Smoke Some Kill. 43, Ice Cube, The Predator. 44, DJ Quick, Safe and Sound. 45, Ice-T, The Iceberg Album, Freedom of Speech, Watch What You Say. 46, Criminal Minded, BDP, Boogie Down Productions. 47, Lord 3-2 and Big Mike, The Homies, The Convicts. 48, UGK Riding Dirty. 49, Eastsiders, Deuces and Trays. Number 50, and this was kind of interesting to me because it's a Snoop Dogg album. Snoop is like the motherfucking, the logo for this gangster rap shit, you know, but he has number 50 album, and we kind of explain why as we go along this list, because this is the top 50 best gangster rap albums of all time. To even be mentioned in the breath of that stuff, because you got classic albums in this final 10. When we talked about some of these and that as you broke down your logic and you made your arguments with stuff and as we factored in certain things, there's some bad motherfuckers on this list, man.
But you got to shout out No Limit Top Dog. That was the one.
Yeah, that's what it is. Snoop Dogg, No Limit Top Dog. No Limit Top Dog.
Masterpiece.
You know, it is. And, you know, when you talk about it's kind of hard to me, to stay objective when you're doing a list like this because, like, I love the Dayton family, for example. Love Top Authority. A lot of projects, man. But when you got motherfuckers like this man sitting next to us, Scarface, Ice Cube, you know, Snoop Dogg, they go, of course, take up a lot of slots on there because you can't, this ain't fairness. This ain't youth sports to where everybody get a trophy. It's about who had the best, who stood the test of time.
Right.
You know, most of these guys on this list, you know, careers debuted back in like 93, 94, 95, and they're still around today.
Earlier.
Some of them earlier. Hey, when did you jump off the porch?
About 13.
Wow.
When did your first record come out? How old were you?
My first record came out, I was about 17, 18 when I did the Compton compilation. My first song, Rhymes Too Funky.
And this man got a kid, you know, grown children now.
That's a classic cover, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got adult children now, and he's still doing it. So it's a testament to why people make lists like this. A lot of these people are still relevant today, and we got a few new guys in there. It's not just confined to dudes whose careers started back in the 90s or 80s.
Right.
There's new dudes out here putting in work. So with that being said, I know it's going to be a long night. Let's get into our picks for this 31 through 40.
Gangster Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes.
If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth.
Gangster Chronicles, this is not your average show.